Hello, Namaste and welcome back. In this lecture, we will cover the site access in detail. Site access settings control how users get access to your site. You can allow existing users to invite others and specify whether users can join themselves. In both cases, you don't need to approve their product access. While we have already looked at the process of inviting new users to your site, now let's look at the necessary settings you need to do to ensure the right set of users get access to your site. Let's switch to Confluence to get started. So right now I am on the home page. In order to get to the site access page, click on the settings. Go to user management. Now visit site access. So this is how site access page looks like, where you have approved domains, access requests, user invites and invite links. We have already gone through the invite link section where we had seen the link which needs to be used while inviting a user. Now let's go through other sections, which is approved domains, access request and user invites. So starting with approved domains, you can approve domains to allow users to access your site quickly. You may want to use this to approve your company domain so onboarding is easier for your employees, or approve client domains so that they can always access your site. So here you have three options: approved any domain, approve the following domain and don't approve any domain. Users with approved email domains can join with or without an invitation. Those with an email domain that hasn't been approved may still request access. And when a user joins, they will have access to the product enabled on your product access page. Confluence also gives you the option to notify all site admins when a new user joins with an approved domain. This way you can still detect if someone is signing up who shouldn't, or grant extra permissions to users who need them. There are certain exceptions to each of these options. The same can be referred in the right box, which is there, your settings. If you are unable to understand this, don't worry. I'm going to summarize this for you in a form of table at the end of this lecture. So whichever option you select from approve any domain, approve the following domains. So once you select this option, approve the following domains, you will have to mention the domains. If you want multiple domains over here, you can enter the same separated by pressing space or enter. And the third option is don't approve any domain. Once you select the relevant option, just hit save changes. Now next is access request. Users can request access to product on your site for themselves or for other users. When they do this, the site admin will receive a notification to visit the access request page to deny or approve the request. Users can request product access for themselves or others when your site access settings don't allow them to join your site. So basis the settings which are there on this page, if any user is unable to join your site, you can provide them an option to raise access request. Please note, when you grant users access, they count towards your product subscription. So as part of the cloud free version, up to 10 users can be added to your site. So any user access granted over here would be counted in your product subscription of 10 users. So as promised earlier, I would be providing you the summary of exceptions and important point which you need to be aware of while using the site access function. So the way to read this table is that on the header columns, I have captured the three ways in which you can provide site access to your users. So as you can see on the site access page, there are three options: approve any domain, approve the following domains and don't approve any domain. I have captured these three options in the column header. Now in the row header, I have captured various properties and exceptions which are there in case of site access. Now the way to read this table is, site admins and trusted users can invite anyone to any product. If you have selected approved any domain option, then in that case it's true. And the same applies to approved any specific domain and don't approve any domain option. Now coming to whether existing users can invite other users. So that's not true if you have selected the approved any domain option. And similarly, it's not true if you have selected the don't approve any domain option. But if you have selected the approved any specific domain option, then the existing users can invite other users which are belonging to that specific domain. So as you can see in the first row, that despite of selecting the don't approved any domain option, site admins and trusted users have the privilege to invite anyone to the product. So it's an important point to be noted. Now the third important point to be noted over here is, new users can join the product enabled without any invitation or admin approval. So what do you mean by product enabled here? So if you go to the product access page, you will see that on this page, Confluence is the product which has been enabled, and once the new users join, they will have access to this product. You have the option to disable it and you can enable it again. So whichever product which is there on your site, whether it's Confluence or any other Atlassian product like Jira, the one which is enabled is open for the new users to join without an invitation or admin approval. This is true if you have selected either of the first two options. But in case you have selected the third option, then that will not be true. So in that case, new users will not be able to join without an invitation or admin approval. Now coming to the fourth point, to request access to a product, users must have an email domain matching one of your admins. So you can see this option is like true and applicable for all three options. So if the new user has an email domain matching any of the admins, then in that case, they would be able to request access to the product. Now the last point to be noted is, access requests need to be approved by a site admin, and this is true for all three options. So whichever option you choose, whether it's approved any domain or don't approve any domain, in all these three cases, the access request need to be approved by a site admin. So only site admin has the privilege to approve or deny any access request. One important point I want to highlight here is, which we discussed earlier as well, that anyone can join Confluence with an invite URL. So if you remember in the last lecture, we had discussed that invite URL is a critical asset and it needs to be shared only with the users you want to provide access to. So anyone can join Confluence with an invite URL, and that too without an admin approval. So while this feature has its own pros as well, so inviting new users by sharing invite link is useful in cases like when you want to get your team onboarded quickly or work with contractors or clients who need fast access. So in that case, definitely you can use this to save time and make the onboarding process easier. But nevertheless, you need to be double sure while sharing this invite URL with any of the new users. So we have discussed these three options as well in that table. So if you like refer to that table, you will be able to understand that these points are also covered over there. Now coming to user invites, one more feature through which Confluence enables you to control the user's access is through this option. So if you want existing users to send invitation to anyone without admin approval, then you can just take this option and save changes. Basically, new users need an invitation or admin approval to join a product. But if you want, you can avoid the same by taking this option. And once user joins, they have access to the product enabled on your product access page, which we had seen that it's Confluence currently. And then comes the invite links. So we have already covered this part in our previous lecture where we talked about inviting new users. Let me share some more details with you on access request and show you how access requests actually work. This will help you understand the concept better. So as I said, when users encounter a product they can't access, for example, they are sent a link by another user, but if they are unable to access your page, they might request access to the site. So there are two ways in which an access request can be raised for a user. it can be raised either by the existing site user or it can be raised directly by the new site user. Existing site users under site access can request product access for themselves as well as for other existing site users and new site users as well. And similarly, new site users can also directly request product access for themselves. While existing site users already have a verified email address and Confluence account, new site users need a verified email address and an Atlassian account to make a request or join your site. So as an administrator, while approving or denying a request, if you are still not sure about these users, the new site users, you can always deny their request. And when you deny a user this way, they can't request access again. Now let's see how to approve or deny product access request. So let's switch to Confluence. So in order to approve or deny a request, go to access request. So if there are any access requests raised by new users, those requests would be listed over here. So as we discussed, users can request product access for themselves or others when your site access settings don't allow them to join your site. And only when you choose to approve those requests, users can join your site, else they can't. So when an access request is raised, Confluence provides as much information as possible about the requesting user to help you make a decision. But as an administrator, if you are still not sure, you can deny that request. And when you deny a user access to a product, you can send them a short message explaining why you denied the request. In case the access request was raised by the users themselves and are denied, they can't request access again. And as discussed earlier, when you grant user access, they count towards your product subscription. So that's all in this lecture. Hope you got a good understanding of how site access settings are done and how access requests are managed. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.